Yeah, look, I thought we were definitely in the game. I knew if we were able to get to 150 and more, if we bowled well on that wicket, that we're going to give ourselves a very good chance of winning that Test match. Look, unfortunately, things just didn't go exactly right with the ball. We knew it was going to be a fine line of needing to get wickets, but also knowing the wicket was going to play a big part and be able to help us out. And look, in the end, I think we were very close. If we're able to get one or two wickets more earlier, I think we're a big chance, because the way the wicket was playing, it was certainly a big challenge for the new batsmen coming in, and also our spinners were going to play a big part like their spinners did. So I think it was more so. I thought 150 was going to be nearly probably enough if we bowled and took our catches, and unfortunately we just weren't there. Well, there's no doubt that the conditions here are very foreign, and the conditions certainly have been just about the opposite to anything that we've ever got in Australia, that's for sure, but also playing cricket here in the past before, whether it's Test matches, one days or 2020s, the wickets have been quite different to those as well. So it's been a big learning curve for everyone, I think. To be able to see, I suppose, the way the wicket played in this game as well, was certainly a huge challenge against their high quality spinners, and they struggled, and even they struggled at times with our quality spinners as well. So I think the biggest, we've all learned a hell of a lot out of this series. We certainly need to continue to improve and improve very quickly, but we also know that how our games have evolved and improved. We haven't exactly seen it out in the middle. But we know that, with the challenges that we have coming up and the series that we have coming up, the conditions are going to be quite different to what we have seen throughout this series so far. So in the end, it's been a big learning curve for everyone, I think. Oh, there's no doubt Pujara's batted very well throughout the whole series. He's certainly got his game under control, and he batted very nicely again in the second innings. We knew that, I felt all the way through, up until about 20 runs to go, that even 15 runs to go, that we're still a big chance of being able to bowl them out. The wicket was doing a hell of a lot. Some balls were keeping very low, some balls were taking off as well. So we knew that we could get on a roll, and unfortunately Pujara was. Didn't really give us that chance to be able to get on a big roll, and he's batted very impressive. This is the first time throughout this whole series that I've really seen him firsthand, and he's been unbelievably impressive through the whole series. He's certainly got his game very much in check. Got great concentration for long periods of time, and he certainly was one of the most impressive guys for the Indian team. That was a big thorn in our side throughout the whole series. Oh, it's extremely disappointing. We came here with high hopes of being able to have a really good series here, and there's no doubt that 4-0 is certainly in the end what we've deserved. The Indians have totally outplayed us. We haven't played to our best, unfortunately. It certainly has been a big learning curve, and that's one of the biggest challenges for us as a team is continuing to learn very quickly. We have got quite a number of young guys who are still learning, and but with that as well, me, for example, the games I played, I haven't scored the runs that I certainly wanted, that I knew how important it would be to be able to score runs, to be able to help the team get to a total while other guys are learning around me as well. So that for me personally as well has been extremely disappointing, knowing that I've played here and I played a lot of cricket here, and unfortunately I didn't score the runs anywhere near that I wanted. Especially when the team is learning in these conditions as well. They are very foreign, just about as far as we'll ever get anywhere around the world, just about. So it's been a big learning curve, but just even to see the way Phil Hughes has been able to learn very quickly, even seeing him from the first couple of Test matches, even to seeing him the way he batted in the first innings, whether it was a quicks or the spin, was very impressive. So just seeing those great glimpses of hope and seeing the guys continuing to learn, that's what we're looking for.
Great.
Well, hopefully it's not a conundrum as much. In the end, look, one thing I have realised, even in the first couple of Test matches, was how much I do miss bowling. And and it has been a plan over the last 2 or 3 months, is just to be able to get my body to a position where I can get back into bowling again and hopefully hold together for the cricket that we have coming up. Well, there's no doubt, coming here as a specialist batsman, it has not worked out anywhere near how I wanted it to. I haven't scored anywhere near the amount of runs that I wanted to be able to help the team out, and it didn't work. It didn't work to plan personally in that regard. So, but in the end, I am an all-rounder. I do love being an all-rounder. At times it's been very hard not to bowl, knowing what I could hopefully contribute to the game, and I suppose it also keeps me involved in the game no matter what's going on. I know that not always going to be able to score runs. You're not always going to take wickets, but if I'm an all-rounder, I've got more chance to be able to contribute to the team's performance and success. So that's where things are moving forward. I've just got to continue to stay on top of my body, so hopefully I can play the amount of cricket that I can to be able to help the team out in any way I can. Yeah, look, I knew that. Well, the way the wicket was the spin was certainly, there was a lot more inconsistent pace and bounce in the wicket for the spinners, more so than the quicks. I know that one of our things that we haven't done exactly right anyway, or more so the way the Indians have taken on at the new ball, they've always got away to very quick starts when our quicks have bowled, and it was my thought that just to change it up a little bit, have the two spinners on, knowing that there was a lot going on the wicket when the spinners were bowling especially. There was a lot of very inconsistent bounce and turn, and I thought that was our best way of being able to try and get a few early breakthroughs. We got one early breakthrough, but unfortunately we just weren't able to really crack it open, and Pujara and Kohli batted very nicely. Always felt throughout that whole partnership there were a chance of being able to really crack it open. There was plenty of stuff going on, and unfortunately it just didn't exactly fall their way, but that was my thinking behind it. Look, in the end, I'll just say that Peter Siddle batted beautifully in both innings, there's no doubt, as did Mitchell Starc. Look, in the end, we as the top order batsmen, we were doing everything we possibly can. If you even saw a few of the dismissals, you probably realise that it wasn't that easy to bat out there. And there is no doubt that a lot of, we're doing everything we possibly can. Sometimes a ball's got your name on it on a wicket like that, and sometimes you like I did today, sometimes just play a bad shot as well. But look, in the end, I think that in the end it's a positive knowing that Peter Siddle and Mitchell Starc batted so well, and unfortunately our top order weren't able to really score the runs that we wanted to. But there is no doubt that these conditions, if you saw what was going on the wicket, were very different and very challenging, even for one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Sachin Tendulkar struggled out there as well with the spin and the inconsistent spin and bounce. So I think that probably gives a few of us batsmen also a little bit of encouragement that even one of the greats of the game struggled on that wicket. Oh, look, I don't think the way what I wanted from the team had anything to do with the previous week at all. In the end, I know the times that when the Australian cricket team's playing their best is when we are aggressive. We've got great intent. We're in the contest every single ball, and we're making the opposition work for every run and every wicket. And for me, especially day two, to see the way we really came together as a group. We know there's a line, and we're not going to cross that, because that's not part of what we are as an Australian cricket team as well. But we want to make sure that we are in the contest every single ball, and I was extremely proud of the guys. How everyone came together through the day yesterday and throughout the whole test as well. That's really what I asked of the team as a captain, and the guys delivered on that throughout the whole test match. So look, I know that I think that's also the way we need to play going forward. We need to be in the contest every single time, because it really gets all of us going. It gets us everything ready to go. So and I think the guys playing also, even though the result wasn't exactly right, we had quite a lot of fun out there as well. So that's also a big part of the game as well. Yeah, look, we knew how important it was with that new ball to be able to try and take on that new ball, because it was always easiest to be able to score when the ball was brand new, and especially in those conditions as well. We knew how important it was to try and just take the game on a little bit. And Glenn Maxwell certainly has got the ability to be able to do that. I thought that it wasn't going to mix up the batting order too much, and potentially could really get us off to a flyer to get the innings really going. So unfortunately, it didn't exactly work out to plan, but it was also trying to catch India on the hop a little bit as well. They would have just been expecting Dave Warner and Ed Cowan to come out, and trying to get them think a little bit more, as well as taking the game on and try and get off to an absolute fly, because we knew how important those first probably 10 overs with that new ball is. It's much easier to score at that period of time compared to when that ball gets a bit older, and also the roller wears off a little bit. So that was the thinking behind it.
Do you want to hear the captaincy back?
Oh look, I've absolutely loved it, to be totally honest. Of course I'll hand it back because Michael's the man. I've got no say in that. But look, I've absolutely loved the last probably three or 4 days. It's been an absolute pleasure and honour to be able to captain my country, and I've had an absolute blast, even though I haven't been able to contribute with run scoring at all, unfortunately. But for the last 3 days, I've had an absolute ball, been able to lead the guys. Everyone, what I asked of the team, everyone gave it absolutely everything. That's all you can ask for. I certainly did think of bowling Steve Smith, but I suppose I just felt that the off spinners were going to be able to just bowl a little bit more consistent, just a little bit more accurate, and there was plenty going on the wicket. Steve Smith certainly, as he got Sachin Tendulkar out in the last Test match, has certainly got some great skill. But I just thought our off spin, there was plenty of opportunities sort of being created every single over. One or two balls were either rolling on the ground or bouncing and turning. So I always felt that there was a big opportunity to be able to just one little thing go away, as it did there, but it was just a little bit too late, unfortunately. Look, there is no doubt that I need to be scoring runs. As a batsman, as batting in the top four where I am at the moment, I need to be scoring runs, and unfortunately, during this series, I've scored nowhere near the runs that I wanted to be able to help the team contribute to the team's performance. And there's no doubt that cricket's a performance-based game, and if I'm not scoring the runs or taking wickets, then you can't expect to be picked. So there is absolutely no doubt that it is on it. There's no secrets about it. You can't hide behind anything apart from your performance. And in this series, I've not performed anywhere near where I wanted to, and I'm looking forward to be able to actually just continue to play and hopefully get some continuity with my game over the next few months, and be in some good touch when the selectors announce the Ashes squad. Well, hopefully I haven't rubbed off on too many of them, because that would be a shame if they all get my disease. But look, in the end, for all of us top order batsmen, it's been very disappointing. There's no doubt that Michael's continues to be in amazing form and is batting beautifully well, and we've all got to continue to strive for what Michael's been able to achieve as a batsman. Look, there's no doubt all top order batsmen, we have to be scoring big runs if we want to be considered in the top six and playing consistently. So in the end, it just hasn't been good enough for all of us to be able to score the runs that we know we needed, especially in the first innings. That's probably been the biggest disappointment. We know that conditions change later on as the game gets older, but the first innings really is the important one to be able to get a big total. And as I said, I'm the first one to put my hand up, because I certainly haven't been good enough in this series. Me as an experienced senior player, it's part of my role to be able to stand up and score runs, and it's been very disappointing not to be able to do that. So I personally take a lot of blame for that, because it's part of me as a leader and a more experienced player to be able to really set the example as well with Michael. So and I take just about full responsibility to be able to show the way, and we've certainly got to get a lot better. It's a little bit rocky there for about a day. But after that, things are very good, thank you. Yeah, no. Look, in the end, Michael and the leadership group had to make a decision. Obviously, at the time, I wasn't very happy with the decision that was made, and but look, we've all sat down, had a great chat, and we've all moved on, and are really excited about the future that's coming up. It's been a big shot in the arm for just about the whole group, let alone the guys. The Mahali Four, it was, as it was said a couple of days ago, that's been a big shot in the arm for us to really be able to all galvanise as a team. And it's one thing coming back after the week the few days that I had at home with the birth of my little boy. It's been amazing to see how the team has really come together, and that's, you know, there's a bit of collateral damage with a few of us going down and missing a test match, but in the end, it's what's come out of it has been a very united group, and in the end, that's exactly what we want moving forward.
Thanks, everyone.